Morning, everybody. Hey, Kim. Glad you're here. Today we've got 30 minutes of a morning mobility stretch. And mobility differs from flexibility in that it is the ability of a joint to move through an active range of motion. So, whereas flexibility usually is more passive, you're reaching, you're holding a stretch, mobility is more of an active ability of a joint to move through a range of motion with flexibility and strength. So we're going to put those kinds of things together today, get a little bit of a dynamic moving stretch in to just wake up our joints and start the day. So let's begin seated. You can cross your legs, however that feels good, whatever is in comfortable sitting position for you. And we're going to just start with some neck circles. Halfway, so from one side, then chin to chest over to the other side. Nice and slow. While you're doing this, you're noticing your posture. If you're sitting up tall, or maybe if you're slouching, make any adjustments you might need to. And then come back to center and just take a look over your right shoulder and left shoulder. Again, one more time. Good. Back to center, walk the hands out. Allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears. And do those head circles one more time. Nice and slow. And then we'll come back to center, extend the feet straight out, slightly wide, but not in a straddle. And you're just going to turn your toes in, turn your toes out, turn your toes in, turn your toes out. And notice that your leg bones are going to rotate as you do that and allow that rotation to happen. Always hit those things. Sorry for the noise. Then sit up nice and tall, bend your left foot, take the right leg, cross it. We're in a glute stretch. Allow yourself to shift left and right slightly. So just wiggle over to the side, the other side. And then extend the legs. Take the left foot on top this time. Do the same thing. Then place both feet down, maybe with a foot to a foot and a half of distance between the feet. Start to drop your knees over to one side. Come through the center, drop your knees over to the other side. Continue switching back and forth. Feeling that nice stretch in the hips. The knee should come right to the other foot. One more time on each side. And then this time when you land on this side, check in, make sure your knee is right where the sole of the foot is. And then we're going to press ourselves up into a kneeling position. We'll sit back down, shift over, press it on up, down. If you need your hands, you can use them. Take a few rounds going through this, shifting side to side, lifting up, and then sitting back down. One more time on each side. When you're done, slide both legs behind, come into kneeling position. We'll wake up the thoracic spine by doing some cat-cow. So drop the belly, breathe in, look up. Round the spine, breathe out, look down. Continue moving through that, inhaling and exhaling on your own. Finding that nice stretch in the spine. Last time. Then we're going to press into our hands and our right knee. Maybe even move your right knee in a little bit towards the center. We're going to take some huge circles with that left knee. So pull it forward, around, out, back so that the heel is up, and then back to the beginning. Out, twist that foot up. 2 more times. Last time. And take it the other way. If your glute is starting to wake up, you're starting to feel some fire there, that's normal. Make these circles as big as you can. Last one. Good. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Right knee comes toward the elbow, out and around. Flip it so that foot ends up and then back through center. 3 more. 2 and 1. Go the other way. Awesome. Next up, we're going to stay in this kneeling position. Actually, let's take a little break, come off the wrists for a moment. Take your fingers towards you and then away. Towards, flip up. A couple more times on this hand. Good, and then switch up, down. All right, let's make our way back to that tabletop position. We're going to do some twists. So we'll reach the right arm up and then reach it under. It's not going to come all the way, just a little twist. And then back up, inhale. Exhale, slide it under, palm faces up. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Get that nice twist of the spine, the torso. Last time. Good. Switch to the other side. Left arm lifts up. Exhale, slide it through. Inhale, lift it up. Good. Come on back to center. Tuck the toes. Peel the hips up towards the sky and pedal out your feet, alternating bending and straightening the legs. And we're going to come onto the tippy toes. Shift forward, rolling like a wave in the ocean, all the way to plank. And then push back to downward facing dog. Try to get the heels towards the ground. Roll back to plank. Shift it back, hips up, heels down. Roll it forward. Shift it back. 2 more times. Really feel your way through the entire stretch. Take your time on each side. Good. Take that left foot and take it to the outside of the left hand. We're sinking our hips down now, so we might have been up here, try to get them down as to a place that's comfortable for you. And then we're just going to tap the back knee, straighten. Tap, straighten. 3 more times. 2, and 1. Good. Take that knee down. Right hand stays where it is. We're going to take the left elbow towards the right hand and then up towards the ceiling. Down and then up. Awesome. Slide that foot towards the center a bit more so that you can have your hands on either side. Shift backwards, flex the front toes, straighten the leg. Then shift forwards, lift the chest, hip flexor stretch. Shift it back and forward. Awesome. Come on up. Stack your knee over your ankle. Then we're going to take the hands in front. Open that left arm back. Back to center. Open the left arm back. 3 more times. Awesome. Take the left hand on the hip. Right arm to the right side. Reach up and over, side body stretch to the left. Back to center. Up and over, stretch. Center. 3 more. Awesome. Come on back into that downward facing dog. We'll take the right foot this time outside of the right hand. Bring those hips down a bit, and we'll tap the knee, come back up. Tap and lift. Great stretch for the hip flexors. Those of us who sit all day need some love for our hips. Awesome. Drop the knee, release it. Right elbow to left hand, and then up to the sky. Walk that foot over towards the center a bit more. Press the hips back, flex the front toes, straighten the leg, hip, hamstring stretch into hip flexor stretch. Lift the chest and then fold it. Everybody's body is different. Yours may not look like mine, and that is okay. It's all good. And start to come on up. Once you've got your balance, take both arms forward, open that right arm back, and together. Open, close. Last one. Good. Right hand on the hip, left arm reaches up and over to the right, side body stretch. For 5, 4, 3, press the hips to the left a little bit as you go. 2, and 1. Awesome. Take your hands to the left and come up into a wide straddle. Hands on the hips to stand yourself up. And we're going to take a little squat here. So wide stance, toes are turning outward, knees are pointing outward, hands are here for support. We're dropping that right shoulder down, and then the left shoulder. One more time each side. And raise it up. You'll toe the feet together. We're going to take a big reach up over the head. And exhale to fold it all the way down. Start to walk your fingertips as far as you can to the left. Once you hit that, walk them over to the right. You can have as much of a bend in your knees as you need this morning. Just keep walking those hands from one side over to the other. And then come back to center. We're going to inhale to create a flat back. Pull your elbows back. Exhale to fold all the way forward. Inhale, flat back. Lengthen that spine long neck. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Last one. Great. Come all the way back up. Reach the arms up over the head. And on your exhale, pull the elbows down and back. Cactus arms should look like this. Inhale, reach up as high as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, pull it down and back. I've chopped off my head. There we go. Last time. Great. Take the hands to heart center and keep the forearms parallel as you shift right and left. An awesome stretch in that forearm. Hands back to center, with the hands. Awesome. Take those arms out like a field goal. Keep your elbows where they are and just drop your hand. Switch to the other side. Switch. It's really hard to keep a straight line there with that upper arm bone. They're going to want to do this. Try not to let that happen. I know, 7 a.m. and I'm testing your coordination. It's really great for the shoulders. So. One more time each side. Awesome. We'll take that left ankle and take circles to one side. So you're on the toes, the ball of the foot, drawing circles. Then go the other way. And switch. Other way. Good. Okay, come to standing. We're going to have a cat-cow while we stand up. It's going to look a little silly, but you're going to round your spine forward. Make everything pulling in. Your belly button draws in towards your spine. Your shoulders come forward. You reach as far as you can forward. Then in the opposite direction, we'll open those arms, pull them back as our chest opens up. Belly comes forward, heart comes forward. Big open. Round it all. Reach. Open it up. Round forward. Open it up. Connect with your breath. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, open it up. Two more times. Awesome. Come back to center. We're going to do some hip circles standing now. Test your balance. First, you're going to drive that knee up into your chest. Maybe give it a little help with your hand. If you would like something to hold on to, I encourage it for this one. So you're going to take your hip, open that knee out to the side, and then look at my foot. I'm going to flip it out so that I can kick it back and around. I'll do that one more time. Comes up, around. I turn my knee down and bring the foot up. Get back, around. So do that 3 times. Forward, out, flip it around, back in. Then we'll go the other way, kicking it back first and coming around. Once you've done 3 in both directions, switch to the other side. Three on each direction. Then we'll come back to center. Take both arms up. You're going to interlace them and push up towards the sky. And reach to one side. And back up. Same side, 4 more times. 3, notice how I'm pushing my hips out of the way. 2, last 1, right over the other way. 1, 2, 3, Widen the feet so that you can come into a low squat. If this is uncomfortable and your heels can't come down or you're unable to stay in this position comfortably, take a pillow or a couple books and put them underneath your hips so that you can sit on them. If you're comfy here, take your hands to the center so that your elbows can press out on your knees. And find any small movements. See if you can maybe rock back and forth a little bit. Maybe come up onto one heel, then the other. Like I said earlier, mobility isn't just that ability to stretch, but it's also the strength we have within the range of motion. So holding a stretch is a little bit different from being able to move in and out of one. Start to shift a little bit, right and left, see how that goes. And then before we sit down, we're going to do a couple squat to folds. So you'll come from your squat into a fold, peeling your hips up, hands come down. And then you sink the hips down into that squat, lift the chest. Again, fold it up and into the squat. Hold, you can use your hands as much as you need here. 2 more. Last one. And sit it all the way down. Come onto your back. Take your arms out to the side. And you're just going to drop your knees to the right. Whoa, there goes my back. And drop your knees to the left. Anybody else's back just crack like crazy? Keep shifting over and back, windmilling those legs. Then we'll come back to center, straighten the legs down on the ground. We're going to lift our right leg. Let's do our right leg. Point the toes. Then flex the foot and drop it back down. Point to lift, flex to release. Two more times. Last one. And then we'll switch. Point to lift the left, flex, and release. Really feel that stretch. Pull those toes towards you on the way down. Great. Keep that left leg down. Take the right knee and hug it into your chest. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Same thing on the other leg. And then draw both knees into the chest. We'll finish with some small circles with the knees. 5 in each direction. All right, rock and roll a few times until you come all the way up to seated. And I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Thursday. I will see you in the next class. Thanks for coming.